Hello and welcome to our video. This is a still video of how we built our chicken coop from scratch. Everything that we used to build the chicken coop was all repurposed material. The base here was from a couple of pallets that were left over by the previous owner of our house. This here was us tearing down an old play structure in my husband's parents' backyard. It was built by his grandfather about 20 years ago, and they wanted it gone. So we decided to go in and tear it down and repurpose the wood for our chicken coop. It was built really well. There were lots of screws in it, and sometimes we ended up having to cut the boards because they were just either broken off screws that we were dealing with, or we just could not get them apart, or they were too heavy. Even the cement blocks that we used to hold the post into the ground for the base were repurposed from that project. We have absolutely never done anything like this before, so it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of drawing and seeing if we could make it come into fruition. Obviously, the base of the structure was going to be the most important, making sure that it was sturdy and secure. It does weigh quite a lot, so we didn't want it to end up falling down once we put all the extra wood on top of it to build up the framing. We had kind of a basic idea of how we wanted it to look, so we knew we had to get the right angle for the roof to make sure that water would flow off of it correctly. We also needed to have a small area in the front that was for their nesting boxes, which would have a roof on it that was on a hinge. Some of the framing seems a bit haphazard at first, but we really just needed to make sure that we had boards to screw the outside into, and then we needed to make sure for the nesting boxes that they each had an individual opening. We also had to make sure that there was room to put a ladder so the ladies could walk up, and on this side we wanted to have a door that would swing open so it was easier to clean out. This is just extra flooring that we had from a project in our bathroom. Obviously, you have to put in any inside walls before you can put any outside framing on, so we had to put that wall in and cut it open for the nesting boxes before we could put the framing for the outside on. Once we got the basic coop design put together, we started on the run. This is a small run, but we did want the ladies to have access to the yard, so this is only when it is not safe for them to be out by themselves, or we need to lock them up when we go away. We did not have infinite tools at our disposal, so the holes and openings were made using a jigsaw. The ladder that we made for them to get up into the coop is just plywood with small pieces of wood attached to it. We did originally use some sticky tape, but it ended up falling off. They seem okay without it. It was really coming together at this point and starting to look like a coop. We did want to make sure that the door was nice and secure, so we ended up putting 2 sets of latches to make sure that nothing could get in. We live in the city, so we don't have to worry about bears, but we do have coons and possums. This is the hinged roof for the nesting boxes so we can get in and get eggs. Again, all of the wood is repurposed, so we really had to go through and try to find the best wood that we could. This is us putting on the uprights for the run and attaching a roof to it so that everything can be wrapped in hardware wire. We really like the Easy Gate kits from Homax. We actually created the run door out of that, and we've used that for basically every gate on our property. This is the small sliding coop door. It allows us to secure the ladies away in the coop when we need to or for the night. We decided to use hardware mesh instead of chicken wire to make the run and underneath the coop a little bit more secure. We did end up using 1/2 inch around the outside of the run, and underneath the coop I believe it's 1/4 inch galvanized. We just used a staple gun to affix all of the hardware mesh. It was a little bit more difficult than we thought, so we did end up having to nail a few of the staples in. I did not like the design of the door originally, so you will see at the end that I've changed it. Surprise, surprise, we are not carpenters nor are we roofers, but we gave it our best shot. This is nearing the end of our project. The coop has a nice shingled roof. Everything is painted. It's amazing what a little coat of paint can do, not only in terms of how the project looks, but also kind of sealing up cracks and holes in older wood and preventing a little bit of future rot, or at least extending the life of the wood. This is the final shape of the mesh coop door. I was just lazy and made a square at first, but it's much more secure like this. We did decide to make an aluminum roof to make sure that the water drains off. Alright, well thank you for watching our video and have a great day.